Hello and welcome back to the video everyone. So in this video we are going to understand about two important things, that is finding the null values from the table that is present, right? We are going to find null values, then the values which are not null, okay, and how this can be useful, that also we will understand. Okay, and then the third, we are going to understand about how to filter our query or make the query short, how we can see the demos if we want to like represent a demo to someone, or we are doing some hit and trial things on our query, so how to deal at that point. Okay, so that also we will understand by using the top function. Okay, so these three things that we are going to look in this video. Now let's see what data we have in db1. Okay, so here we have multiple things, that is invoices, stock codes, descriptions, quantity, and all those things. Now the thing is that in this entire data that we are getting, there should be one thing that should not be empty, and that is customer ID, right? The customer ID should never be empty. So for doing that, we'll do what? For checking that, we'll find to all the data that has basically that is coming from db1 where customer ID is null. Okay, so this null is actually useful in the scenarios only where we want to fetch the data that is very important for us, but somehow that has come to a null value. Okay, so this will give me that there is nothing present inside your table which has empty customer ID. Okay, so let's see, is it similar case we are having in db2 also, because both the tables are having the same architecture, right? But you can see in the db2 we are having so much of null values as customers. Okay, so this means that the null values are empty, right? These are the empties values which SQLs actually understand this as a null value. Okay, so this is the concept of null. If we are just putting the data that, let's say we can see that most of the data right now present here is null. Okay, so it's just an assumption that somewhere in between there is some customer ID present and we want to fetch that data. Okay, so for doing that, we'll just copy the same query, paste it over here, and mention as is not null. Okay, so this will return me what? The data where customer ID is not null. Okay, so this is an entire bunch of data that we are having, so that's why it is taking quite time for that. Okay, now every time when we are doing the hit and trial methods, like doing the data add function, some aggregations we are performing on the queries, or we are just doing some hit and trial to show someone, right? So in that scenario, we can't afford this much of time in order to run the large databases again and again. So for that we use the top function. So how it is used, let's see. We'll write as select top 10 all the data from db2. So my db2 is having the data count of somewhere near about to 1 crores. Okay, but I just want the top 10 data that is present in db2. So if I enter that, you can see the top 10 data we have about this one. If I just add the hundreds, so this will take a very less time in order to run the query, right? And I will be able to do more and more hit and trial methods on this, right? So this is why top function is used. So this was the three topics that we have covered in this video. Okay, see you in the next videos.